Speak up.
Well, no, it's a mic. It's supposed to pick up my voice. It doesn't need to, I don't need to
pressed for time, so tell me how many folks are playing today.
Listen, somebody vomited over.
Got it. Player one, how about giving us your handle there, good buddy?
That'd be great.
All right,
45
Mr.
seconds.
Dwarf Brain Dummy.
Player two, step on up.
Can you turn that?
Yo, one more thing. You looking for? Got
30
you
seconds.
covered. No problem. Player one, your buzzer is the letter Q, as in Quisp. And player two, you have the letter P, as in Pacman. He's a Russian piano player, not the game like you're thinking.
I should write what I know. My
20
father was a
seconds.
funeral
We need to sweep the stage.
so
Okay,
I mean, I
man, we
know a
got
lot about
20.
that. And
Alrighty, heads up. Here's how the game works. First one of you to buzz in on a question gets first stab at the answer. So you buzz in, and you want. Real easy. Got it?
10 seconds.
Hey, good luck.
9, 8,
Get rid of the desktop,
7,
please.
6,
Take it to black.
4,
Real with the tea parties.
3.
Medieval tech action figures! They're not dolls!
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Woo! All right, table for two right this way. I'll be back to take your orders in a minute. All right then, just walk this way, if you'd be so kind. All right, let's get going by passing out the hardware. And here's the deal with these screws. If you think your neighbor... Well, you already know how to screw, huh? We'll just see about that, won't we? Get your trigger finger ready. Here we go. Your turn, player two. What's it gonna... The category? I wonder if he plays the Harpo. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Put it in gear, cause here we go. If Richard Marx recorded an album devoted to the philosophies of Karl Marx, which of these songs would you definitely not hear? Religion is the opium of the people, the history of class struggles, the ballad is stronger than the bullet, or to each according to his needs? All yours? The ballad is stronger than the bullet is something Abe Lincoln said. Same era as Karl Marx, but an opposing view on the topic. I don't know about this idea for a Marxist Richard Marx album, though. If he did record it, he wouldn't be allowed to sell it. He'd only be able to give it away to those who needed it. And who needs another Richard Marx album? Okay, give it up for Get a Second Opinion. This one can net you $1,000. Let's rock. If you have cock-a-leaky, what have you probably done recently? Won an international road race, ordered a bowl of soup, slaughtered some roosters, or urinated all over the floor? You slaughtered some roosters? Hey, I'm talking about cock-a-leaky here, not this little satanic ritual you got going. Player one, it's yours if you want it. For the curious, here's the right answer. Cock-a-leaky is a Scottish soup with chicken and leeks. I mean, they could call it chicken and leek soup, but that wouldn't be as fun to say, would it? I mean, cock-a-leaky, cock-a-leaky. Yeah, it's just too much fun. Player two, take your...
1, 2, praise the Almighty 3.
Now serving. Let's get this party jumping. How does $2,000 sound? Okay, buzz in and type your answer when you can tell me what's the name of this game. Now, I remember it claims to be the world's greatest party game. Oh, it's a type of book where you get to control... Player two. That innocent party game where naughty potty-mouth kids think up dirty verbs and proper names is called Mad Libs. Sad thing is, the same words that made me giggle when I was 9 still make me laugh. Cock-a-leaky. Category time. Player two, it's your call.
You can't stop at 3, no.
you gotta head for, yeah.
Pucker up for. Baby, I love your discography. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, let me just say something. Paybacks really can be hell. You'll see what I mean after I bring in our guest host for this question. Today's guest host is my roommate's little brother, Kevin. Let's just say that I owe my roommate, all right? Now we're even. Kevin, get in here!
Hey.
Yeah, enough chit-chat. You got a question for us or what?
I sure do. It's about one of my heroes.
No. No questions about Frampton on my show, okay, Kevin? No, put away the talk box. You're not doing that.
I thought you were supposed to be nice to me. I mean, unless you want me to...
All right. Just let's get this over with. Oh, God.
Okay, you probably know that Frampton Comes Alive is one of the biggest selling live albums in history, right? Well, uninformed music fans may wonder where Peter Frampton went after he came alive on Alive. Considering his follow-up album's title, where did he go? Inside you, into his own mind, the Hotel Frampton, or on a camel ride?
Player one. I'm not going to tell you again, Kevin. Put that thing away. Player two, it's yours if you want it. Bet you wish you'd pick this.
Frampton's follow-up to Comes Alive was the less successful but still decent I'm In You. And if any of you ladies out there would like to come
Okay, you've had your fun. Now get out.
Oh, one more thing, Cookie.
What?
Frampton rocks! Get out!
Okay, let's get back to the game now. Player one, it's up to you. What's next?
Let's blow this time and head for number 5.
Say hello to Mind-Numbingly Boring. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Okay, I got a question. Why is it that these days people are even making movies out of video games? Did you see Super Mario Brothers? Well, if they made a movie based on the first Atari home video game, what would make the most logical setting? The jungle? Player one? Atari's first home video game was Pong, which took place on a tennis court the size of your TV. Can you imagine what an exciting movie that would make?
Psst, I'll be right back. Tell me what I missed.
Shh. Player one, hit. The selection is Straight Outta Islam, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Since its title mentions the city where Muhammad fled to write the Quran, which hip-hop record might Muslim parents be more inclined to buy for their kids? Funky Cold Medina, Tennessee, going back to Cali, or past the Dutchy? Muhammad fled Mecca to preach the word of Allah in Medina in modern Saudi Arabia. But since Muslims don't touch alcohol, the parents might be upset to find that Tone Loca's rapping about some drink that makes women horny. Player one, tell me what's happening. Uh-oh, wet suck tit shine floor.
It's time for Gibberish Crash Fun.
Let's see if you can make sense of this gibberish category. Practical jokes in the girls' locker room. Let's get the ball rolling at $5K for this gibberish question. Okay, you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this, but every second and a half, I'm taking away some money. Okay, pay attention and tell me, what famous person's name does this phrase rhyme with?
Poor Jill, head in locker.
And don't be fooled by that punctuation. First clue, it's the name of a man. It's the name of a man who wore suspenders and a bow tie. Well, that's not all he wore. Last clue, his kernel popped, but his legacy remains.
This is the best dab blame popcorn in the whole dab blame universe. You've got my dab blame word on it, or my name's not Poor Jill Headlocker.
Confidential reports have revealed that Orville's birth name was actually Bruce Gross. He just didn't think gross popcorn would sell. player 2. How about it? Open wide and get ready for A Woman of All Seasonings. $1,000 if you get it. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. Suppose Mrs. Dash went on a crash diet. Because it's an even smaller amount than a dash, which of the following might you want to be called? Mrs. Scant Teaspoon, Mrs. Pony, Mrs. Jigger, or Mrs. Pinch? In case you're wondering, a pinch is about 1/16 of a teaspoon. A dash is just a little bit more. No matter how little she eats, I still say she's got too much salt in her diet. Player 2, give me something.
Aloha, question number 9.
May I introduce Tori, hallelujah. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Oh, if only there were more shows on TV like Beverly Hills 90210. Imagine that Fox produces a spin-off series, Beverly Hills 90125. If it followed the content of the 1983 album 90125, what would you expect to see? David, take a shit. Gotta answer. Invisible Touch? No, that was off an album by Genesis. But if they were invisible, I'd bet they'd want to touch Kelly. Make your move, player 2. Yes. That is to say, Owner of a Lonely Heart is from the Yes album 90125. Would have been funnier if the band's name was No. You have the honors, player 2. Oh, you're so naughty. You just picked a three-way. Alrighty, here's the deal. You're gonna see a three-way like this one. If you buzz in when the correct member of the three-way is lit up, it's $1,000 in the bank. But look out, it'll cost you $1,000 every time you're wrong. But don't be misled, this question may or may not have anything to do with the three-way as a group. So, let's get going. This three-way is known as, I wish they were more than just friends. Okay, fantasies aside, here's your must-see TV three-way, Rachel, Monica, or Phoebe. Here we go, and for goodness sake, be careful.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Okay, we're stripped down to our skivvies. Looks like that's all we got. Let's see how you score. All right, player 2, you took the round, but let's see how you stand up in the game overall. Player 2, you're still in control of the game. Very impressive. And now we return to our regularly scheduled program. That's it for round 1. Let's go to round 2. Everybody starts out with one screw. Here you go. I wonder what player 2's gonna pick.
Don't look now. It's question 11.
This one's called Bestiality and Dropping Balls. This one can net you $6,000. All right, let's say you have a big New Year's party with a lot of champagne and things get a little out of hand. If all your pets got pregnant on New Year's Day, which one would go into labor around Labor Day? The donkey, the hippopotamus, the horse, or the sheep? Player 1, hit it. All right, player 2, you're getting screwed. Screw back. Nope, the little horse would be arriving just before Christmas.
Daddy, you got me a pony. Ew, and it's placenta.
Player 1, you can take it. Congratulations, it's a bouncing baby answer. The hippo's gestation period is about 8 months, so this hippo will go into labor around Labor Day. But the really amazing thing is, the baby's got your nose. Your turn, player 2. What's it gonna be?
I'm getting a rating of 12. Over.
Here we have Gopher's got wings on his hat. You get 4,000 clams for this one.
Tonight, you'll set sail for romance on the Love Boat.
However, you get on board the Pacific Princess and notice that Captain Stubing has been replaced by the Greek mythological figure Charon. What can you assume about your upcoming cruise? You're on the Love Boat to hell, it'll be more of a lust boat. You can win a lot of money playing blackjack, or everybody on the boat is gonna be wasted.
Oh, Isaac.
Player 1, what do you say? Karen was the ferryman who conducted people's souls to the underworld. If he's driving, you're on the Love Boat to Hades. If you want to make it to Fantasy Island, I suggest you lay off the pomegranate seed buffet on the Lido deck. Player 1, ante up. And this one is, where we fell in it. Play your cards right, you win 4,000 bucks. You know what, that last question got me thinking. So tell me, what the hell is a Lido deck? The deck that's at sea level, the deck with a scrumptious buffet, the deck with a swimming pool, or the deck with the doctor's quarters? Let this be a lesson to you. Player 1, you can take it. The Lido deck is the deck with a well-equipped outdoor swimming pool, usually surrounded by small shops, eateries, and a wet bar. I think it's also the only technical term I ever heard him use on the Love Boat. Player 1, your choice. What are we doing? This category is known as minor characters in the major leagues. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Heads up, here it comes. If the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team signed literary character the Artful Dodger, at which aspect of the game would he excel? Rushing off home plate, batting cleanup, stealing bases, or throwing strikes?
Whoa! Whoa!
The Artful Dodger is one of Fagin's crew of young thieves in Oliver Twist. He'd probably also be good at the pickoff and pinch hitting. Let's have a category. All right, Player 1, are you ready for the challenge? Player 2, spend some quality time with yourself on this one, because Player 1's going to take on a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat is Existential Seasonings. All right, I'm going to read off 7 words, and for each one, you need to tell me if it... Oh, so you already know how to play. Okay, let's put 30 seconds on the clock then. Let's dance. Marjoram, is it an herb or a Godot character? Alfalfa. Lucky. Yucca. Boarhound. Pato. Last one. That's all she wrote. You picked up 5. Not memorable, but not terrible. Trying to put some food on the table. Let's keep going. Player 2, take your pick. And And I believe this one's called Wittgenstein Stays on My Mind. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Say, maybe you've heard of Prince Machiavelli, makers of perfumes and colognes. Well, don't you think it's about time the world of designer fragrances met the world of philosophy? Which advertising slogan would work best for a perfume company called Prince Machiavelli? I smell, therefore I am. God is dead, but his fragrance lives on. An unexamined scent is not worth smelling, or the scent justifies the means. Machiavelli's name has become synonymous with pragmatism, cynicism, and unscrupulousness because he believed in doing what you gotta do. Apparently, one thing you gotta do is pay $45 an ounce for something called musk. Player one, tell me what's happening.
On the big bayou in Louisiana, question 17.
Coming at you, really bad executioners. Set up straight, this one's worth $6,000. You've heard of the cliche, give someone enough rope and he'll hang himself. Well, suppose you give someone enough rope, but he can't figure out how to tie the noose. If he ties a shoddy granny knot and tries to hang himself anyway, what idiom best applies? He's cut the Gordian knot, he's hung himself. Solving a difficult problem in a fast and crude manner is referred to as cutting the Gordian knot. Other cliches for doing something in a fast and crude manner are cutting corners and cutting the cheese. Player one, it's up to you. What's next? Well, what do we have here? That's Ms. Goddess to you. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Check it out. You've heard of Take Your Kid to Work Day, right? Well, suppose Zeus takes all of his daughters to work on Mount Olympus for the day. Because she is not his daughter, who the take a shot, player. Helen is the daughter of Zeus that got mixed up with the Trojans, but at least she was protected. Player one, hit it. Hera is not Zeus's daughter. She's his wife and sister. So when are we going to get a take the sister you have sex with to work day? Player one, give me a category. This one likes to go by, there's never a V-chip when you need one. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Okay, kids, pay attention here. It's time for some wholesome entertainment. Man kills infant, man kills wife, man is sent to prison, man escapes prison. What piece of family entertainment has this plot? Jack and Jill, Hansel and Gretel, Punch and Judy, or Gordon and Delia? Oh yes, the famous story of Gordon and Delia. Gordon and Delia are my parents. Player one, what do you say? The original Punch and Judy had Punch killing his baby, beating his wife to death, being sent to prison, and escaping. People are worried about too much violence on TV. It's the puppet shows we need to watch out for, and we all know how destructive minds can be. Player one, ante up. The category is 12 inches of wax. How does $4,000 grab you? Flex those fingers, cause here it comes. Say record producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis got a hold of the first sound recording and mixed it into something the kids will go crazy for. What would be the name of this new dance track? Declaration of Disc... Ball's in your court, player two. Buzz in! Buzz in! Player... no. Should have picked this. The first sound recording was Thomas Edison reciting Mary Had a Little Lamb. But in the remix, when the little lamb follows her to school, Mary asks what it's done for her lately. Your pick, player two. How about it? Welcome to the Jack Attack. Keep your eyes on the screen, and when you see two words that match, hit your... Alright, fine. You want to get to the attack? Consider it done. You may need this clue. The power of one. But I want to know, do you have the power? Let's find out. You cleaned up, which isn't saying much when you're playing against someone with a personality of waxy build-up. Player 2, next time you want to play against Player 1, remind yourself.
You don't know!
Great show, everybody. Lovely work as usual. Raoul Han, what's going on now?
Do your thighs sweat and chafe when you walk?
Okay, Player 1, time to get over yourself and let me know if another game is in the offing.
I used to be a supermodel, but now I sell embarrassing personal items. So, go buy it.
Why suffer painful sores and blisters when you wear hot pants? Slide through with Cellulube.
With Cellulube, my thighs don't stick together. I can even wear Daisy Dukes.
Hey, I have jock itch.
Get your own product, buddy.
Wait, I'll walk with you.
Ooh, your thighs are so slippery.
Don't let Chub Rub ruin your social life. If you have thunder thighs, you need Cellulube.
Come on down to Buster's Bait Shop, where you grub and crawlers, one-stop bobbers, hooks and poles and nets and line. If your son or pappy is wishing to do some bass or crappie fishing, come to Buster's and have a real good time.
Buster's Bait Shop. Master baiters since 1923.
There's nothing I like better on an intercontinental airplane trip than a fresh pack of cigarettes.
Excuse me, sir. You can't smoke that in here. This is a non-smoking flight.
Damn this smoke-free environment.
Whoa, calm down there, buckaroo. Now there's a smoke-free way to get your nicotine fix without throwing a nicotine fit.
Smoke-free? How?
With new Cancer Stick Lip Balm. Cancer Stick Lip Balm delivers a powerful dose of nicotine directly through your lips and straight into your bloodstream.
But what about my live fast, die young machismo image?
Don't worry. Cancer Stick contains the same deadly carcinogens you've come to expect from a pack of badass unfiltereds.
Hey, now we're smoking. Thank you, Cancer Stick.
Cancer Stick, putting a softer, more kissable nail in your coffin.